fucking David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. So today was the day, my first day of work in over 4 years. And today was easy. It was just fucking filling out paperwork. Actually, today wasn't easy. Today fucking drove me mad. I knew it was going to be paperwork today and like fucking induction shit, but Jesus Christ, some dude walked into the office, started doing the paperwork. Apparently, he'd only been at work for like 3 days and he had already built the reputation of disappearing. And then he walked into the office, started doing these fucking induction assessment things, which were fucked. Just repetitive, just same fucking thing over and over. And you got to watch these videos and you can't fucking speed it up. So you have to sit there and just wait. Like for fucking 8 hours, I did that. Anyway, this dude just fucking complained like fuck for about 30 minutes and then just stood up and walked out, not to be seen again. I didn't see him for the rest of the day. Everyone was looking for him. I'm like, if you can't handle that, what the fuck are you going to do when you get out there? Or is he just one of those guys that just fucking loves being on the tools, mate? I just love fucking getting my hands dirty. To be honest with you, today I was like, fucking, I would prefer to be on the tools, but that's happening to fucking tomorrow. Tomorrow I start at 6:30 a.m. and it's a 45-minute drive to where the fuck I'm going. And it looks like it's going to be that every day, plus a 45-minute drive home, which is going to suck dick. That's really going to suck dick, but what can you do? What can you do? I just have to do it. I just have to fucking wait a little while longer. I woke up this morning and fucking IREN, IREN, that's the ticker, Iris Energy was fucking ripping. And I tell you what, I'm more excited about IREN than I have been since Bitcoin. I'm more excited about it than fucking MicroStrategy, which is now up 1100% from when I told you cunts to buy it. And IREN's up 44% since I told you to buy it. But this thing is going to fucking rip. I bought it and I didn't even know what the fuck was going on with the company. And I've really dug deep into what's going on. And they are about to explode. They're a Bitcoin mining company, but really they're a fucking high-powered computing data center company. And that's almost more rare than Bitcoin at the moment. They're 100% renewable energy. I thought they were just going to be running 10 exahash of compute power. That's the Bitcoin miners. Bitcoin mining gets measured in exahash. That's basically how many fucking times per second that you make an attempt to break the code to mine the Bitcoin. And IREN is at 10 exahash now. They said they're going to be at 20 exahash in the middle of the year. I didn't even know any of this before I bought it. And they said by the end of this year, they'll be at 30 exahash, which puts them more or less at the top of Bitcoin miners. And they said they'll be at 40 at the start of next year. And they even mentioned they have capacity and secured power to eventually get to 140 exahash, which is like, if they get there, that is more than probably the top 10 Bitcoin miners combined. But it's not even just that. It's fucking, they've built the data centers in a way where they can just unplug the ASIC Bitcoin miners and just plug in the NVIDIA GPUs. They're like, we can buy $1 billion worth of NVIDIA GPUs, plug them in, and that would only fucking use like 10% of our available power. Like, they are locked in, the IREN crew. It was created by a couple of Australian dudes, but it's domiciled in Australia, but it's on the NASDAQ. It's on the US stock exchange. But these dudes are fucking running an absolute fucking amazing company at the moment. This is why I'm going back to work, because I fucking dumped a shitload of money on IREN and I don't want to sell it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go back to work. I wouldn't say a shitload of money, but fucking, a shitload for me. But you got to listen to this dude speak, the CEO of IREN. He's an Australian dude, Daniel Roberts. Just type in Daniel Roberts Bitcoin and listen to his latest fucking interviews because they just released earnings and everything looks amazing. But they've got this AI side of the business that is potentially going to pop as well. So on the Bitcoin side of the business, they're making 50% profit joules per hour. So they're making 50% profit. They're creating Bitcoin at 17,000 US dollars now, and it's 70,000. So that's going to go up. When Bitcoin is $100,000, they'll still be producing Bitcoin at $17,000. It's crazy. And on the AI side of the business, they're making 97% profit on these NVIDIA GPUs on, I think it's joules per hour basis. So on one side of the business, you got the Bitcoin at 50%, but also potentially could go to anywhere. And then the AI side, 97%, and everyone coming out recently and saying there's just not enough power to fucking run AIs. Like Sam Altman from ChatGPT, fucking, who's that autistic guy again? From Mark Zuckerberg, from fucking Facebook. He's like, we need AI data centers. The Canadian government came out and they're like, we're pouring $3.4 billion into this. And IREN are they seem to be 5 or 6 years ahead of everyone. It's crazy. So they're sitting on about $7.40 US dollars per share. I don't know. I don't want to make any predictions. But as soon as I get this first pay, it's all going into fucking IREN. I don't know where the fucking top of this is, but it's going to be a wild ride. And if you do it, I don't want to fucking hear anything from yous. All right? I tried to get my dad to buy fucking Bitcoin, and I'm not even going to fucking encourage people to buy Bitcoin anymore because unless you know what Bitcoin is, unless you believe in Bitcoin, there's no fucking point. I don't even tell people to buy it because I was there with my dad. He was transferring money to buy some Bitcoin and he was almost having a fucking panic attack just sending it to the exchange to buy the Bitcoin. And I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm not going to be fucking involved in this. If you can't fucking transfer it to the exchange, then I don't want any fucking part of this. So I just left it at that. And since then, it's gone up 13,000 USD. So with Bitcoin, don't even think about buying it until you fucking believe in it. Until you've got conviction, until you're convinced, not just to make money, until you know what it fucking is, don't even think about it because you're either going to lose money or you're going to fucking sell it for some bullshit. But that's what I'm waiting on. IREN. I'm just waiting for IREN to fucking run. I'll work until IREN hits $100 a share. No, there's no fucking way I'm working until then. Maybe $50 a share. When IREN hits $50 a share, what would that make it? Nah, maybe $80 a share. When IREN hits $80 a share, I'm just fucking walking away. I'll be at work checking the price and then I just walk home. So that's what I like at the moment, IREN. And this isn't financial advice either. It's just what I like. Just like I liked MicroStrategy when it was $135. And now it's at $1,700 a share. And just like I liked Bitcoin at 21,000 and now it's 70,000. They're my three. Cypher, I still like Cypher. I mentioned that a few weeks back, but I'm so fucking bullish on IREN. I sold a little bit of my Cypher and just put it into IREN. I'm loaded up on IREN. Anyway, fucking to work tomorrow. And tomorrow's the litmus test. This is where we're going to find out what the Boyle is made of. I'm going to be up at 5:30 tomorrow to get to this joint at 6:30. And then it seems like I'll be home at 6:30. They're big days. That's a big fucking day. Anyway, today wasn't too bad. I'll do Boyle Breaks history next week once I've settled in and figured everything out. Today, I just fucking wanted to be excited about IREN, to be honest with you. Anyway, that'll do for today, and I'll see ya the fuck later.